Good evening, everyone. It's devotion time for me. So daily I do a daily devotion, and I do one for myself personally, and I do another one for school, because if you guys aren't aware, I'm currently studying my Master's in Divinity. So I have two, I have the school aspect to my faith, and I also have the personal aspect to my faith. I love when the two of them come together, but at the same time I do like to keep myself on personal track, just so that if I'm ever having a down day at school, that doesn't affect my spirituality or my faith. So today's topic that really actually touched me was titled, "Don't Compare Yourself. Stop comparing yourself with others." And I think that is such an important topic. It's interesting because I was also watching, I believe, like Oprah's next chapter yesterday, and she was speaking with someone, I can't remember who, and they mentioned that they felt that they were not worthy of something. Oh, it was the guy that played Jesus in the series, The Bible, the guy that played Jesus. When he received the role, he felt that he wasn't worthy of this role. He wasn't worthy of playing someone that is so important, that is so massive in life. And then, crazy enough, today I'm reading my devotion, and the title was "Stop Comparing Yourself with Others." Now, this is something I believe a lot of us as human beings do experience, whether we want to admit it or not. Every now and then we might find ourselves comparing ourselves with others, and not necessarily just saying, this person has a job, I have a job, but sometimes we go deep and we compare ourselves to the point where we don't feel that we're good enough, or we don't feel that we are worthy of something. But the point that the devotion really drove home for me was that, you know what? God made you, God made me for our own specific purpose. Your path, your journey is not the same as mine. My journey might lead me to position A, but not lead you to the same place. So when you're comparing yourself with others, you're telling God to limit your journey to that person's journey, which might not work for you. God created us the way we are. He knows you. He knew you before your mother even thought about you existing. Before we were in the womb, God knew us. So just based on that simple fact alone should tell us that we are more than enough. You are more than enough to be anything and everything you want to be. Don't compare yourself to other girls, saying this person is more beautiful than me. This person can put on a dress and go and look beautiful, but for me, it's more work, it's more effort. Now, I'm not going to just point fingers here, because I'm so guilty of this. I have certain people, and I don't necessarily look up to celebrities. So for me, it's not celebrities, because I know they're at a different, they get all their things, not all, but a lot of them have things photoshopped. They have 5,000 different types of stylists and makeup artists and assistants. So I find myself a lot of times comparing myself with everyday people. And I think that's a harder one, because at least for celebrities, when you come down to it, you know that they're, this photo's airbrushed, or their makeup artist made them look that way. But when you compare yourself to everyday people, it's a trap that's easy to fall into, because you're like, well, if they can do it, if they can look pretty, why can't I look pretty? And then you start to do things, you might find yourself doing things like that other person a little bit more, because you can afford the same things that they can. You don't have to worry about buying $5,000 shoes. You just have to go to Aldo versus Payless and buy Aldo shoes. But that doesn't mean that's your path. This person might be destined to just, only have beauty going for them. Meanwhile, you're a brains person. You're all about the smarts. You know these things. So if you're walking in a light that's just worried about your physical appearance, you're limiting the potential that God put within you to excel, whether it's in a business. Maybe your destiny was to be the next female CEO of Microsoft. But if you're spending your time, your effort, your energy in how you look, in trying to buy the next pair of, fashionable shoes or shirts and jackets, you waste so much time on that you're losing out on something big. And I'm going to ask you, would you rather be the CEO of Microsoft or the girl next door who looks cute? I'm going to take Microsoft. I'm just saying. I'll take Microsoft. So based on that alone, I think we need to definitely focus on not comparing ourselves. And my goal, my challenge to myself from now on is that whenever I find myself thinking that I'm not good enough, or feeling that somebody else is better than me, somebody else looks better than me, my goal from now on is to say to myself, Wemi, is God not good enough? Because if God's good enough, that means he was good enough to make me the way that I am. He knows what he's doing. So I'm going to just let him do what he does best and just sit back and be appreciative of what he did, because he's good enough to be my God. He's good enough to watch over me and create me. Then he's good enough to, I don't know, to know what he's doing. So let me know what you guys think about this topic. I'm not sure if I really gave it the right leg to run with, but I tried my best. Maybe the next one I'll try to actually record it with the devotion with me, or write down my exact points. But every now and then I like to just talk from the heart, and this one for me was from the heart. So I really hope it touches someone today. I hope you're able to take some time to think about when you compare yourself to others, because your destiny is different. Your destiny is just as great as theirs. It's just as great. The CEO of Microsoft can compare himself to the CEO of The Gap. They have two, I mean, they might both be CEOs, but those are two completely different markets. One person might have got their job by knowing about fashion and knowing how to be an editor in fashion with just a little bit of a business mindset, while the other might have been a software developer. Two completely different paths in life, but you're still successful. God still has your success in mind. Your destiny is important to God. Make it important to you, and don't put it aside. Don't belittle your destiny because somebody else's destiny looks better. It looks better because for the ways of man are completely different from the ways of God. So just, I don't know, keep that in mind as you guys go through the week, and I hope it touches you and makes a difference in your life.